Hi Bobcats, this is Miss Lee, and today's video lesson is on the volume of rectangular prisms. Please make sure that you are taking notes as you watch the video. Okay, volume, rectangular prisms. You've actually learned about this in elementary school. There's just a little bit of a change, which is going to be on the formula. First, let's look at the visual representation of volume. So volume is how much space something can hold. The first thing you want to do is you always want to identify the base. Okay, the base is the bottom, what it's sitting on, what your rectangular prism is sitting on. So this right here would be the base. Then step 2, you want to find the area of the base. How much cubic space is being taken up by the base. And what is the shape of our base? It is a rectangle. And how do we find the area of a rectangle? Yes, base times height. And then the third step is you're going to multiply the area of the base with the height. How tall? What is the height? How tall is your rectangular prism? So those are the steps that you're needed to find the volume of a rectangular prism. All right, so the formula is going to be capital V for volume equals, and it's a capital B. This capital B stands for base area, the area of your base, times the height. So let's do an example. Here's a rectangular prism. Step 1, identify the base. I always like to shade the base. One, because it comes in handy once you get into 7th grade, because you could have a triangular prism where your base is going to be in the shape of a triangle, which is a different area formula, right, than a rectangle. So looking at this, I can see here's my base, rectangle. To find the area, I multiply the base and the height of this base, which is really important. Okay, the base is the bottom, so the base is 5. What is the height of this shaded two-dimensional base? Some of you might say 4. It's not 4. 4 is the height of the actual prism. It's not, this 4 is not part of our shaded base, is it? So the height of our shaded base is 3. So that's your height, this is your base. You multiply them together, 5 times 3, and you get 15. That's what your capital B base area is. The height of the whole prism, how tall is the whole prism, is going to be 4 centimeters. Then you multiply the two together to equal the volume. So volume equals base area times height. That's your formula. We're going to substitute the base area of 15 for the B and 4 for the height. Multiply them together and we get 60 centimeters cubed. Now, volume is cubed because it's 3 dimensions. You're multiplying 3 dimensions together. So it's 3-dimensional. It is going to be cubed. Versus area is squared because you're only multiplying 2 dimensions together. So cubed will always be for volume. Okay, so if you need to talk through this again, just pause the video, process it. Once you're ready, let's do some examples. Okay, first one, we're going to find the volume. Always write your formula. Formula, volume, capital V for volume equals capital B for base area times the height. Step 1, identify your base. So I'm going to outline it. It's the bottom, and I'm going to shade it. Okay, so we need to find the area of this, which is a rectangle. So we need to find base times height. What is the base of our shaded area? It is 10.5. What is the height? It is 16. This 8 1/4 over here, this is not part of our shaded area. This doesn't go with our base of our base area, does it? So base area is going to be the 10.5 times the 16. Okay, when you multiply them together, which you could leave it in fractions, turn this into a mixed number, and it'd be 21/2 times 16 over 1. Or you could turn the 10.5 to a decimal, 10.5, and then multiply times 16. Either way, you're going to get 168 as the base area. The height, now this height is the actual height of the prism itself, which is the 8 1/4. So to find the volume equals base area times height. Our base area is 168. And we multiply that by the height, which is 8 1/4. Then you just do your math. Again, you could turn this 168 into a fraction by putting it over 1. Turn the mixed number into improper fraction, 33 over 4. And then multiply. Or you could turn the 8 1/4 into a decimal, 8.25. Do your math. You're going to get 1,386, and it's going to be inches cubed. So our equation would be volume equals the base area of 168 times the height of 8 1/4. Okay, next one, formula. Volume equals capital B, not small b, but capital B for base area times the height. Okay, this one's a little bit more difficult because you don't have a clear view of what the base is. So I have to think about it. Look at the dimensions that you have. We have 8 inches across. Well, that looks like that could be the base, right? So that is going to be the base of the base. And then how tall do you think this is? Think about the cereal box, the top of the cereal box or the bottom of the cereal box. Those are your bases. Okay, so if the base length is 8 inches for the top of the box, then what do you think the width of this box is going to be right here? Well, if you go down, it's the same as this one, isn't it? 3.14. So to find the base area, you would multiply 8 times 3 1/4. Then the height is of the box itself. How tall is the box? It is 12.5 inches. So let's write our equation. Volume equals the base area, so we need to go ahead and multiply. You can leave it as a fraction, 8 over 1 times 3 1/4 turns into 13/4. Or you could change the 3 1/4 to a decimal, 3.25, multiply, and you would get 26 as your base area. So replace the capital B with the 26. The height, replace the H with the height of the box, which is 12.5. And then to find the volume, you multiply them together. So 26 times 12.5. Okay, multiplying 26 times 12.5 is going to be 325 inches cubed. That is the volume. Okay, let's do one more. Gabriella bought a dog crate shaped like a rectangular prism with the dimensions shown in the model. What is the volume of the dog crate? Okay, so first of all, formula. Capital V for volume equals capital B for base area times the height. This time we can see the base, and it's actually already shaded for us. So what I'd like for you to do is to go ahead and fill out our table here. Find the base area, the area of a rectangular base, the height of the crate, and its volume. Write your equation, come back and check your work. Okay, did you get that the volume of the dog crate is 16,380 inches cubed? If you did, awesome job. If not, take a look at the work. Did you get 546 for your base area? So for the base area, we needed to multiply the 36.4 times 15. And then the height of the crate, how tall is the crate? 30 inches. Multiply the 546 times 30 and you get your 16,380. It is in inches, always cubed. All right, great job, Bobcats.